According to a report in The Guardian, Southampton held talks with Jesse Marsch today about their managerial vacancy. Southampton right now, last in the Premier League. They just sacked Nathan Jones after losing 7 of 8 in league play. Herc, should Jesse Marsch take the Southampton job if offered?
Yes. Call me crazy, but yes. Think about this for a second, okay? Southampton is a historically good fan base, historically great academy team that over the years, has tried to build a system actually based off the Red Bull way. That high press, frantic pace, that was the model. Fire the coach who was there. Jones comes in. He had something like 90 days. He's gone. But essentially the pieces are there for Jesse Marsch, and they're kind of perfectly made for one another. This is a situation where I think it's a win-win if they give him time. Now, what does time mean? Time means even if they get relegated, they give him the opportunity to coach the team in the championship to try to bring them back up. I really think with the pieces that are already there, that play that system, Jesse Marsch could potentially get something out of them, show something, if not, get back next season with that parachute payment. And also, by the way, Jesse Marsch has been in this situation before. He took over for a Bielsa relegated zone team and saved them. He knows what this is about. Now, there are 2 franchises, 2 clubs right now that are almost in the same boat, okay? Nobody's betting a dime on either one. Jesse Marsch, a few months ago, was a prime candidate that everybody wanted for the U.S. men's national team. Today, people are thinking twice about this. I really think this is a win-win for both.
So Jesse Marsch doesn't seem to me to be the guy to walk away from an opportunity just because it's not ideal, right? He doesn't seem to be the guy who would be scared of an opportunity. But if I put myself in his shoes, I might be scared of this, Herc. I might look at Southampton and say, this is not going to end well for me. I'm going to get sacked again here. I'm probably not going to keep this team up. It's going to look like not just a second straight Premier League failure, but a third straight European failure. What does that do to my job prospects, not just at the club level, but potentially internationally? Herc, let me put you in Jesse Marsch's shoes. What if it is an either or? What if it is either roll the dice right now, take this Southampton job, or commit to being the U.S. manager? What would you do if you were in his shoes?
If I wanted a career, longevity in the European game as a club coach, I'd take Southampton. I think it's...
Turn down your national team, even though we know Jesse Marsch wants that.
He says he wants it. If he really wanted it that bad, he'd be there already. There would be no ifs, ands, or buts. He'd already be there because I think if Jesse Marsch wants the job, the powers that be today would give him the job. I really do. I don't know how attractive this job is to Jesse Marsch today.
I mean, it's less attractive than the Southampton job.
I mean, down the road, I think this is an attractive job for Jesse Marsch. Today, I think Jesse Marsch takes this job. There's very little going back to club soccer at that level that he would want, at that Premier League level, if you will. I don't know if this is too good to give up. Now, you talked about the consecutive failures. I think that window with other clubs is closed. I think this may be one of the few chances he has of opening that back up.
Like one window is going to close here, right? Potentially the national team window, which I think we assume with Jesse Marsch would probably open back up. He's a young guy with a decent resume at this point. But the other window, if that closes, it could close for good. I don't know that all Europe would close for good, but once you're off that Premier League radar, Herc, you got to think, right? Like, it would be tough for him to break back in. This might be the last chance saloon in terms of a Premier League job.
I think so. I think this is the last chance he'll have at the Premier League job, unless he can go back to the Bundesliga and prove himself there, or Eredivisie, or anywhere else and prove himself in a good platform. I think this is one of those daggers.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN+.